61 roles gone. Not restructured, not redeployed, just gone. And at the same time, 37 brand new roles have appeared. Roles that didn't have a name 2 years ago. Roles that most businesses haven't even thought about it. That's not a prediction. That's what's happening right now. Across 8 Australian industries, quietly, without a press release, without anyone really announcing it. The founders who worked this out aren't just talking about it, they're moving. I want to start with a conversation I had a few weeks ago. One of my clients, I won't name them, but I'll say this: successful doesn't quite cover it. This is someone who has built something genuinely impressive. Multiple businesses, long track record, the kind of founder who doesn't ask obvious questions. They called me and said, "Diat, I need senior developers, but not just senior, I need people who live inside the AI tools, who know how to make them do things most people don't even know are possible." I asked, why this urgency? They said, because my competitors are still hiring the old way, and I want to be so far ahead by the time they figure it out that catching up isn't even an option. That conversation stuck with me because what they described, that's not just a hiring decision, that's a competitive strategy dressed up like a recruitment brief. And it turns out it's exactly what the data reflects. We studied over 200 roles across 8 industries: SaaS, healthcare, fintech, construction, accounting, real estate, e-commerce, tech, etc. And the pattern is clear. The role being replaced aren't just random. There's a thread running through all of them: pure execution. That's what's gone. Accounts payable, accounts receivable, data entry clerks, bank reconciliation clerks, Tier 1 script-only support agents answering the same questions on loop, junior developers writing boilerplate codes only, needing to be micromanaged or else they'll just fail sprints, co-lead outreach agents just reading from the scripts with no innovations and contributions. These weren't bad roles at all. They were just replaceable, and AI replaced them. In accounting alone, AP, AR, data entry, and bank reconciliation clerks just gone. Fully automated, that used to be one of the largest categories in the industry. Thousands of people doing that work. AI does it now, faster, cheaper, without a lunch break. In e-commerce, manual product data entry operators, order processing clerks, script-only customer service agents, all automated. Now let's look into real estate. Lease abstraction clerks, standalone listing content writers, cold lead outreach agents, working from a script, eliminated. The pattern is the same across every sector. If the role was primarily about volume, repetition, with no real judgment involved, it's gone. Now you might be thinking, okay, this is the part where Diat tells me AI is taking over and we're all in trouble. I'm not going to do that. And partly because those episodes are exhausting and you've heard it 12 times already. Here's what's actually happening. Before I get to what's emerging, let me tell you what isn't going anywhere, because this matters. There are 61 roles across these 8 industries that AI hasn't touched. And based on everything in the data, it won't. 4 categories consistently survive: compliance and regulatory roles, payroll specialists, KYC and compliance analysts, fraud and risk analysts, security engineers, anything where a human carries legal accountability. AI assists, but it doesn't replace the signature. Relationship-dependent roles: customer success managers, implementation and onboarding specialists, transaction coordinators, telehealth support coordinators. Anywhere the relationship is the service, the human stays. Senior technical roles: full stack engineers, backend developers, cloud and infrastructure specialists, senior BA and QA specialists, the people who architect and build the systems and use AI as a tool for efficiency. They're not going anywhere. If anything, demand is up. Analytical judgment roles: financial analysts, healthcare and data analysts, audit support associates, real estate data analysts. These are actually growing because AI produces more data than ever before, and someone still needs to turn the data into a decision. These roles didn't survive by accident. They survive because they require something AI still can't replicate at scale: accountability, relationship, and judgment under complexity. If your team is doing this kind of work, they're not at risk. They are essential. 37 new roles have emerged from this shift, and these aren't just consolation prizes. These are genuinely high-value, high-skilled positions that didn't exist or weren't named a couple of years ago. AI integration engineers, AI content operators, AI supervised bookkeeping reviewers, clinical data engineers, AI model ops and governance analysts, marketplace platform integration engineers, PropTech integration specialists, site technology coordinators managing drone systems, IoT and digital twins or construction sites. Roles that require real expertise, real judgment, a genuine understanding of how to make AI tools produce meaningful work, not just output. And this is where my client's instinct was exactly right. They weren't hiring developers to compete with AI. They were hiring developers to be the humans AI needs to actually be useful. The people who know which approach gets the right result, who catch the error the model still didn't flag, who build a workflow that turns AI from a novelty to a genuine competitive edge. That distinction is everything, because right now there are two types of businesses: those still hiring for execution and those hiring for leverage. One of them is going to look very, very different and clever in about 18 months from now. Let me make this concrete. In construction, an industry you wouldn't immediately think of as tech forward, BIM technicians and project administrators are in higher demand than ever. Meanwhile, basic 2D CAD drafters and manual cost data entry clerks are being automated out. The work didn't just disappear, it just got smarter. In fintech, compliance analysts and fraud and risk specialists are holding strong. They're needed more than ever actually, but routine KYC document checkers and low-risk transaction monitoring agents, gone. The roles that require genuine judgment and state, the roles that were just pattern matching against a checklist, didn't just make it. In healthcare, manual patient record data entry is gone, but medical coders, billers, and clinical data engineers are evolving and growing because the work that requires real domain knowledge, that's not something AI handles without a very capable human in the loop. The thread is consistent across all of it. Judgment stays, volume goes. So what does this mean if you're a founder in 2026? It means the question isn't should I be worried about AI replacing my team? It's does my team know how to work with AI well enough to make that question completely irrelevant? And if you're building a team right now, the brief has changed, my friend. You're not looking for people who can execute tasks at volume. You're looking for people who can direct, review, and get the most out of AI doing those tasks. People who make the tools run faster, smarter, and more accurately than they would without them. That's the hire. The 61 roles that are gone, most of them were already under pressure anyway. The 37 that emerged to replace them, they're the roles that make everything else run at a different speed. My client understood this before most people had even started asking this question. That's the point. The restructuring is already happening quietly and completely in the background. The only question is, are you ahead of it or are you about to be surprised by it? One more thing before I go. This show doesn't have an official sponsor. It's brought to you by the two businesses that I run. Remote Office, which helps Australian businesses build offshore teams, and Shift AI, a voice AI agents as a service platform which helps businesses integrate AI into the way they work. If this has been helpful to you, the best thing you can do is subscribe and follow the channel. It sounds like a small thing, but it genuinely helps me get this content in front of more and more people who need to hear it. That's all.